Hi, I'm Jeff, and welcome to another one of my videos. Today's video is going to be another mail call unboxing. Now, I haven't done one of these videos in a while. I've been buying stuff, I just haven't been unboxing them on camera. To me, it's a little bit demonstrative, a little bit showing off, a little bit of look what I got. But I've been buying a lot of stuff recently, and for better or worse, here they are. They've kind of accumulated over the past week, and so I thought I would go ahead and open all of these on camera. Now, the reason I have so many of these right now is because I keep finding really good deals on stuff. So I keep jumping on these deals. So they're out there right now, folks. If there's a book that you really have your eye on, keep an eye out for it because there's some really great deals to be had. So I know what is in all of these boxes because I purchased them directly, except for this one. I know what one of the two books in here is, but I don't know what the second one is. We'll get a little bit more into this mystery in just a moment, but I have a feeling this video might be a little bit long, so settle in, relax. I'm going to try to get through these boxes as quickly as possible. The first one I'm going to open up is this one right here. Now, I know what is in this one. I purchased this one through my Facebook group, my Something is Killing the Children Facebook group. One of the members of the group decided to take it upon himself and to sell bundles for the House of Slaughter. He was selling 1 in 25 bundles, 1 in 50 bundles, 1 in 100s, 1 in 200s, 1 in 500, all of these different bundles, and his prices were really good. Now, I'm not really speccing on House of Slaughter specifically, but I had my eye on the 1 in 50 variant because I like it. I like the Nice House on the Lake, and it is the Nice House on the Lake homage done by Alvaro Martinez Bueno. So I was like, I want that one. Let me go ahead and find the best way to get that. But this guy, he's offering the 1 in 50. He was offering the A cover, the B cover, the C cover, the D cover, the 1 in 25, the red, what they call the secret variant. He was offering all of these books for about $50, which is not, as it turns out, a fantastic deal, but it's a really good deal. So I couldn't get too upset about it, and so I went ahead and pulled the trigger. So as you see here, it includes the 1 in 25 variant for House of Slaughter, which looks pretty good. So far the feedback on these has been pretty good. This is the 1 in 50 variant. This is the one that I was going after specifically. This is the homage to the Nice House on the Lake done by Alvaro Martinez Bueno. And it looks really sharp. Looks like a really nice copy. So I am happy with that. In addition here, we have this red background foil. This is the secret variant that came out. This is another one that I'm excited to have. I'm mostly excited about this one and the 1 in 50. Now, what should be in this other box is basically the 4 main covers. Like I said, the A, B, C, and D. So he did a really good job packaging. This guy I was a bit concerned about. He was a little bit slow to ship to me, and I was kind of like, what's going on? And he was like, oh yeah, so sorry, just send me $15 and I'll ship it to you. And I was like, well, hold on a second. When I bought these from you, I asked you specifically if shipping was included. You told me it was. He's like, oh yeah, sorry, yeah, no, I'll handle it. So there was some questionable dealings, but when it was all said and done, he delivered what he promised. This is the B cover that I was part of this package. This is the blank, the D cover, which was part of this package. This is the foil, the C cover of, this is the foil version of the A cover. I also happened to get my hands on already one of these A covers. I got one early so that I could read it, but then I also got my hands on the 2 per store thank you variant. So those are all the first prints that I got. I actually picked up some second prints as well. Like I said, I wasn't planning on speccing on House of Slaughter, but I'm just kind of buying what seems interesting to me and what I like. I'm not really speccing on these books. Just this was a good deal, so I went for it. In the meantime, because I was specifically looking for the 1 in 50, I was kind of keeping an eye out for it on eBay. Now, eBay was selling Comic Tom 101 has an eBay channel, and he's been selling these House of Slaughter 1 in 50 variants on his eBay channel 2 at a time. And I've been following them, and they were selling for about $20 to $23, and I thought, well, that's a fine price, but I'm not going to buy a backup copy of it for $20 to $23. In fact, just this past weekend, I took a look at what the most recent pair of his of these books went for, and they went for $22.50 and $21.50 to give you kind of a sense of what these books have been going for. Well, there was one auction from him. One of his books listed had 0 movement. He has 9-day auctions, and for 9 days, this auction sat there without a bid, sitting at 99 cents for days and days and days. And I watched it right up until the very end. I'm like, somebody's going to bid on this. Somebody's got to bid on this. And no one ever did. So I bought a second copy of House of Slaughter, the 1 in 50, for 99 cents plus tax, so it's about $1.10, plus $5 shipping. So I got a screaming deal on this because somehow eBay didn't show this listing to anybody but me. So I got this book that, like I said, is regularly going for $21.50, $22.50 for 99 cents. Now, I was kind of like, are they going to send me a trashed garbage copy because I got it for such a steal? The answer is no. They did not send me a trashed garbage copy. At first glance, looking at it, I have to take it out of the bag and boards to be 100% sure, but I do not see any. There might be a little tiny inconsequential spine tick right there, but the rest of it looks really, really good. It's a definite 9/8 candidate, and I got it for 99 cents. So not too shabby. So this is part of what I'm talking about. How if you keep an eye out for good deals, they pop up. They're out there. And if you're patient and you just wait, sometimes, now getting that book for 99 cents, that's a fluke. That is a crazy, crazy fluke. You can't expect things like that. But there are some instances of times where you can get patient. And one of them is in this box. Actually, 3 of them are in this box that I'm going to be opening up right here. Now, it looks like they put a box inside a box, which was really smart because they put "Do Not Crush," which is like an invitation to the post office to like crush and crush. I don't know what is up with that. So it was really good that he just happened to put this one as a box inside a box because it looks like it's going to be much more protected, which is always a wise move. The whole box inside a box move is a good one for protecting. So one book that I keep my eye on eBay is the Department of Truth. As you see, I'm wearing my Department of Truth shirt right now. I forgot to mention, these are all James Tynion IV related purchases, by the way. In typical fashion, those who watch my videos know how much I am a fan of James Tynion IV. Well, this person did a really pretty good job packing these up. There are 3 slabs here. Each one is its own separate bubble bag here from the post office. Then that was inside a box, and then that box was inside a box, and then it's sealed up with tape here. So I'm going to try to carefully open these. So I always look for Department of Truth issue number 1, the Jenny Frison variant. I keep finding them listed for what I think is way too cheap. So I keep my eye on them, and when I see one that is really, really cheap, I scoop it up. And this is one example of that right here. This is the Department of Truth issue number 1, the Jenny Frison variant in a 9.8. Now this, I bought this for, let me look it up real fast. I bought this for $56 plus tax and $15 shipping. This is a really, really good price for this book. In fact, it might be the lowest price, factoring in tax and shipping, that I've seen. I actually bought one of these previously that I got for a really good deal and hadn't seen a better price for it in a long time until this one came along, and so I scooped it up in auction. Now, once I had purchased this, I was like, okay, what else is this guy selling? Now that I've already paid for shipping, I may as well see what I can get, because additional shipping costs per slab were only an additional $4 per book. So I was like, okay, considering shipping is going to be at a discount, let me see what else this guy has for sale. And so I bought some books that were a little bit questionable. Whether or not it was a good idea to buy these books is debatable. But I bought them. They're books that I thought the cost that I ended up paying was kind of comparable to what it might cost to slab myself. And I was like, I might not ever slab these books, but now I have them, and now I don't have to slab them or worry about it. So the next one I have is the Department of Truth, issue number 1, the second printing, in a 9.8. Now, once again, shipping was only an additional $4 for this one, and I paid $41.01 plus tax, which is about $45. You know, if I sent this to CGC, it would cost me $20 to grade, it would cost me $15 to press. I tend to press everything. So that's $35 right there. Plus shipping. Shipping is no joke when shipping back and forth to CGC, not only your raw books there, but your graded books back. So getting this for $45, and plus the cost of the book itself, which is at least a $5 to $10 book raw. So the cost that this cost me out the door is just roughly about what it would cost me to grade myself. So now I have it. I don't have to worry about getting it graded. I have it right here, and I got it for a good deal. The last one, let me put that there in a fashion that won't fall off the table, is it's another book from the seller. It was once again $4 more for shipping, and it's another one that I was kind of like, I don't necessarily need to have this one graded, but I'm getting a pretty good deal on it. It's probably less than it would cost me to grade myself. So let me just go ahead and scoop it. It's The Nice House on the Lake, issue number 1, the second print. So it was cost me an additional $4 in shipping, but I paid $30.01 for this book. It's about $33 after tax. That is absolutely going to be cheaper than it would ever cost me, ever, unless I didn't, I guess, get it pressed, but I generally do, than it would ever cost me to send it in and get it graded myself. And I actually really, really like the second print on this. I like the distressed vibe of the cover. So, you know, although it doesn't really have much value raw in and of itself, I like it. And so since I was getting a good deal on it, this was not necessarily a spec or value buy. This was an I like it buy. All right, so those were those. Next, we're gonna go to this next purchase, which was from another retailer. This came from an online retailer, a person who specializes in selling 9/8 books. I'm going to admit that I'm not going to tell you who the retailer is. I found out after the fact that this retailer is very political. Let's just put it that way. And is so political in a way that I can see their politics getting in the way of just being a business. So I am not going to mention them because I don't want to turn this into a political thing or get involved too much from a political perspective. But he sells good books and sometimes at a screaming deal. And they were having a buy one, get one 60% off sale. Now, once again, they've done the box inside the box. I highly appreciate that. So at a buy one, get one 60% off sale, this ended up being a pretty good deal. So I jumped on it. One of them was a book that I have been keeping my eye on, that I've been wanting to pick up. Another one is one that I've always had my eye on and always thought about getting. But I had convinced myself that I didn't want it. But once I saw this deal on it, I was like, all right, I mean, I'm a fan. It's highly collectible, highly sought after. I'm going to go ahead and get it. Even though, like I said, I had convinced myself that I was never going to buy it and that I didn't want it. Oh, and there was another thing about it that, okay, so you may have already seen one. Let me show you. Okay, let me show you this first. So after I had made my purchase, completed my purchase, said pay, a little pop-up came up and said, and offered me an add-on purchase with free shipping. I was like, well, what is this? And it says, would you like to buy these books? How is this done? How did they do this? Interesting. Okay, hold on. Would you like to buy these books that they retail for $50, which is actually a pretty decent retail price for these books? Would you like to buy them and add them on to your purchase for 50% off with no additional shipping? And I thought about it and I did a little research and I'm like, okay, sure. So they sent me, boy, how is this connected? Pardon me. I have to figure this out real fast. They taped it from the top. I don't really, they made it a little funky. Hold on. Oh, interesting. They used one piece of tape to keep both of them closed in the back. Anyways, for $25 as an add-on purchase, they gave me the opportunity to purchase the A cover and the B cover raw of Department of Truth issue number 1. That's a pretty good deal on these two books. The research I showed that I found said that these books in combination can go for anywhere from $40 to $50 easy. So I went ahead and I purchased them for $25 total for the both of them. And at first glance, they look really good. So I'll have to look a little bit further on them. But that was just like it was just another deal that just kind of dropped in my lap. They're like, hey, you want to buy more books for a good deal? And I was like, sure, I guess. But this is what I was really after. And that is this Something is Killing the Children, issue number 6, the A cover. This is the first full appearance of Aaron Slaughter, a book that's become a lot more valuable and of interest to people since Aaron Slaughter is now the featured main character in House of Slaughter. It's also just a great book. That was my dog jumping over the pile of boxes that's down here, so excuse me. This is a great book. The print run on this is really, really low. It's Something is Killing the Children, issue number 6. This is just a great book. I'll tell you how much I paid for both of these in just a moment. The other book, this is the one that I had convinced myself that I didn't want. In fact, I find the cover for it kind of repulsive. And for that reason, I was like, I don't want this book. But it is highly collectible, highly sought after by Department of Truth collectors. And that book is to the Department of Truth, issue number 2. This is the 1 in 25 variant. This is what they call the Baby Eater cover. This is the first appearance and first cover appearance of the Star-Faced Man. I find this cover to be disgusting. I would never display this. But as having it as part of my collection is pretty great, because since it is the first appearance of the Star-Faced Man, the first cover appearance, it's a 1 in 25, it's rare, it's pretty valuable. I got both of these for $470 out the door, no tax, no shipping. That was the final price, $470. Now that is a pretty great price for this. I saw this sell on eBay yesterday or the day before for $275 plus tax and shipping, which took it to about $320. And I see these regularly go, I think I saw one over the weekend, go for something like $225 plus tax and shipping. So just the cost right there is about $600. No, did I do that math right? Let's see, $275 plus $225, $500. $500 before tax and shipping, which would then become more like $550, and if you got it from the same seller, $565. So I got these for about $100 less than what they would be if you bought them, say, off of eBay. So I think that that's a pretty good deal. I equate this one to being like $300, and this one being like $170, and I see that as being a good deal on these. So I'm happy with these. I'm happy to have them, and they look great. Awesome. Okay. Now we have gone through everything that I knew I was going to get. Everything that you have seen so far is everything that I purchased myself directly. The last thing we have is this guy right here, and this is the most exciting one. This is from James Tynion IV himself. I signed up for his Substack a few months ago. If you don't know what his Substack is, it's basically kind of like a newsletter that you can sign up for. It also features exclusive digital content. You can sign up for the newsletter for free and get free weekly kind of like updates from him. But you can also pay money either in a monthly subscription, or you can pay for the full year, and you get digital content as well. There's this Department of Truth kind of monster profile thing that it has. There's also this original comic called Blue Book that's about this alien abduction that is on there in digital form right now. So this, and there's more content to come. If you chose to, you could pay $250 and become what they called at the time part of the Founders tier. They later changed the name to the Onion Club. For the $250, you got all of the digital content that the monthly or yearly subscriber, as a yearly subscriber, you pay a little bit less. But you also will get 6 exclusive comic books from James Tynion IV that are only going to be offered to members of the Onion Club. So I really like James Tynion IV, and the exclusives sound like a good way to kind of mitigate or counterbalance the $250 cost. So I thought, let me go ahead and sign up for his Substack membership at the Onion Club tier. So in this box is the thing that I know, which is the first variant from the Onion Club. And I know it is a House of Slaughter variant for issue number 1. The thing in here that I don't know is that in addition to getting these 6 variants throughout the year for being an Onion Club member, if you signed up on day 1, on the first 24 hours, which actually he kind of extended to the first 36 hours, he was going to send out a signed rare book from his storage locker. So, all right, fine. I was pretty sure I was going to do it, but I did it right away because I was like, plus a signed book from him, sure. Who knows? And he said he was going to pull out some gems. Well, let me tell you something about all of this. There's a lot of information around this. So, sorry, I know this video is already long, but I gotta tell you this story. You gotta stick around for this story. So, at first, people were getting reports of, oh, by the way, quick side note, he gave you the option when he took everybody's email addresses that you could choose not to get it signed if you didn't want to get it signed. I chose not to get my book signed. The reason for that is because a signed book is kind of a problem for me. It means if I'm going to submit it, and you know I like my slabbed and graded books, if I'm going to submit it, I'm going to have to submit it to CBCS. It's not going to match the rest of my collection. I'm going to have to pay extra money to get the signature verified. And then in addition, I already am lucky enough to have several books signed by James Tynion IV. I even had the opportunity to meet him in person and have him sign some books. So I really didn't need another signed James Tynion IV book. So I opted not to have him sign my book. Maybe at some point down the line, depending on the book I got, I might have him sign it, but that remains to be seen. Well, at first, people were posting pictures in Facebook groups that I'm on, of the type of books that they've been getting as this free day one book. They were getting Department of Truth proof of concept books. These books are highly sought after and potentially worth hundreds of dollars. Same with the Department of Truth issue number 1. This issue number 1, the A cover and the B cover, but the foil versions of them, which has been an exclusive through James Tynion IV himself, which has been very, very rare and is worth hundreds of dollars and several hundreds of dollars when in a 9.8. In addition to that, he was giving out 1 in 100s for Something is Killing the Children, issue number 11, and for the Department of Truth, issue number 1. These are books that are worth hundreds of dollars that he is giving away. He also finally gave away an instance of, there's been at least one instance of someone getting a Something is Killing the Children, issue number 1, the ALA variant. Now, if you don't know what that is, it is absolutely the holy grail of Something is Killing the Children books. It is a copy of Something is Killing the Children, issue number 1, that was part of the, I believe it's the American Library Association, kind of like an event that they were doing. It looks exactly like the Something is Killing the Children issue number 1, but on the back it has information about the ALA. These are really tough to come by and really tough to come by in high grade, and they are absolutely every Something is Killing the Children collector's dream. And James Tynion IV gave one of these away. These books, all these books I mentioned, are worth hundreds of dollars. However, he is also giving away books like Razor Blades, issue number 3, the foil version, and Razor Blades, issue number 4, the foil version. He's also giving away the retailer, like this book that he's giving to Onion Club members exclusively is actually just a color shift of a cover that he was selling for House of Slaughter issue number 1 that sold out really, really fast. Now, for the record, he said in the future, the exclusives for the Onion Club will not be color shifts of other artwork. They will be original artwork moving forward. But for this one, it's a color shift of this other book. So, but he's been sending the retail version, the one he was selling, he's been shipping that one out as well with this color shifted exclusive for Onion Club members. Those books are not nearly as valuable as all the other ones that I was mentioning, but they still qualify as rare because you can't just go to the store and buy them, and they still have value. This is the last thing I'm going to give you as backstory before I show you what I got. People in my Facebook groups are bitching because they're like, they're so entitled, and they feel like if they got one of the Razor Blades, or if they got one of the House of Slaughter exclusives, that's not fair. That other people got these foils, and they got these ALAs, and they got these 1 in 100s, and I only got this stupid foil cover of Razor Blades. James Tynion, he sucks, and he hates his fans, and I'm sorry that I'm supporting him. And I'm like, you people are ridiculous. You know what, these books are still rare, they still have some value, and people are like, well, everybody should have gotten a book of equal value. And I'm like, that is ridiculous. Everybody got the rare book they were promised. This is a thank you. You didn't buy these books. If you want a $250 book, spend your $250 on buying that book. This was a bonus for signing up on day one. And the fact that people are complaining the way that they are about the books that they've received, the free books that are a gift from James Tynion IV, is ridiculous. I am so happy for the people that got good, solid books worth hundreds of dollars. And if I don't get one of those, sure, of course I want one of those, but if I don't get one, that's okay. I'm still going to be happy with the rare book that I got. Finally, one thing I will say before I show it is that it appears to be that the people who got their books signed were more likely to get one of these higher valued books. And the people who didn't get their books signed were more likely to get copies of Razor Blades or this House of Slaughter exclusive. I did not, once again, get my book signed. So I am expecting to get either a copy of Razor Blades or a copy of House of Slaughter, and I'm okay with that. All right, as you can tell, man, I'm really worked up about how the way people have been talking in the Facebook groups about like bashing James Tynion IV for not giving them giving some people books that are better than others. I'm so impressed and so appreciative that James Tynion IV gave away books that are worth hundreds of dollars. He could have kept them, sold them himself on eBay, and had hundreds of dollars in his pockets, but instead he gave them away to his supporters. Thank you, James Tynion IV, for your generosity. Even if I do not get one of those high value books, thank you for your generosity. Let's see what I got. I can see right here at the bottom that I got, this is the House of Slaughter. This is the exclusive that's part of the Tiny Onion. I'm trying to be careful because I really don't want to drop it on the floor. This is the exclusive that is part of, here we go, that'll do. That is part of the, that I got, this is the first one of 6 exclusives that I will get from being a member of the Onion Club. So it's pretty cool. I like it, you know, and it's rare, and I'm into it. So here is my exclusive book. I'm going to show it to you first, and we are going to see what I got. Okay, so this is matching my expectation. I got the set. And that's okay. You know, frankly, I would rather have, if I was going to get Razor Blades or this one, I would have rather gotten this. I would have rather gotten the set. It's a good set. It's a good set that goes well together. I could possibly sell it as a set, which would be just kind of a nice set to have. So I am happy. Thank you, James, for sending me one of your books. I mean, like I said, these are, I don't know exactly what he was selling these for, but they are fairly valuable, and they are definitely rare because they sold out. So thank you very much. It means I'm on the hunt now for those foiled Department of Truth books. I already have the 1-in-100s. I never probably will get an ALA because they're super expensive. But I definitely want those foil Department of Truths. So James Tynion IV has been promised that he will be selling those at conventions and appearances he has. He still has a whole kind of backlog of them. So I hope to meet him again at a convention sometime soon and buy one set of those from him directly. All right. Well, that's the video. I have no idea how long this took, but if you sat through the entire thing and watched this whole thing and went on this adventure with me, thank you so much for your support. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it entertaining, and I hope you found it potentially even informative. Likes are appreciated by me, as always. If you haven't subscribed, I invite you to subscribe. I put out random videos like this from time to time, so you might want to hit the notification bell so you don't miss them when I do. As always, thank you so much for all your support and for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.